Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to PA's Perpetual Testing. Today we're looking at turrets immediately. Alright, this is Sabotage by a person whose name I cannot remember. And right off the bat, there's a turret right through this door. Perhaps, oh! No. Oh, good. Okay, so that wasn't exactly the cleanest method of, taking turrets out, but certainly interesting. Is that the map? Is that it? That's the entire map. Oh, right, okay. I don't know. I've seen a couple of these, like, automated turrets are helping you sorts of maps thus far, and none of them have really been that interesting to me. I mean, the entire map was literally walk in, door opens, turret there, can't destroy it, and then you've got to kind of figure out how to get past. I don't really get that. Because if you're making a test chamber, right, you go in, you decide to yourself, I'm going to make a test, I'm going to make something that people can play through and enjoy, and that will challenge them, and then they walk into the room, and there's a turret in front of them. And if they haven't walked into the room like me, they might spend a couple of seconds walking in and wondering what's going to be going on there. But if they have walked into the room, then you're going to be dealing with an entirely different issue. You're going to be looking at the fact that you have that turret there, and then you're going to be looking at the fact that, oh god. I mean, and then you just step into the room and it takes it out for you anyway. And from there, the puzzle is just using the hard light bridge to get to the point that you need to get to. So the question really starts to become, what is the point of the map, or what's the difficulty there? I mean, it worked, so thumbs up. I guess it accomplished what it was trying to, but I really don't understand why you would want that in the slightest. Oh well. 2 minutes in, next test chamber. Okay, from what I saw from the preview, this one does not appear to be another one of the little nothing maps. This is BBW by, I think the name was SamXt or something to that effect. The gimmick of this test chamber, if it could be said to be a gimmick, is that there is going to be a collection of 3 rooms. 2 are going to be black paneled and 1 is going to be white paneled, except TRA seems to be breaking that rule considering there are white panels here anyway. So, what do I need to do in this room? I'm going to need to portal fling myself. Okay, that's easy enough. I can manage that. So what I'll do is I'll actually press this button, then portal fling straight from, oh, right below me. But I can't. And then, there we go, button pressed. So fairly easy portal fling to start things off with. Timed portal fling, so you have to place your portal afterwards, which means you gotta kind of land it on the first try. But if you're practiced enough with flinging, that's probably not a terribly difficult item. And then we're left with precisely one thing to do, 2 in a row. Might as well have been just an activated point at that, and then doors open. That's it? Again? Alright, and then we have a completely white room, but here's what I'm thinking, right? You've got a situation like this. You have your gimmick where you're going to be completing 2 test chambers, but you're going to be completing 3 test chambers, but they're going to be a black chamber, and a white chamber. It's like, I don't know. You've got all of this at your disposal, and yet you decide that the best use of this test chamber that you've created for yourself is going to be to, I don't know what you'd call it. I mean, almost waste it. They're giant empty rooms is really the problem. And when you have a room that's this empty, and this, I don't know, pointless, it just starts to feel pointless, worthless. Like there wasn't really any effort that went into the creation of this chamber, and it's possible that it was. I mean, you obviously had a fairly well-developed portal fling in the other location there, and yet, at the same time, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like, it feels like this was kind of hastily pushed out, this entire map. But that's alright. I mean, you can have a hasty map, you can have a situation like that where you're not really putting out your best work, that's fine, but at the same time, this entire test could have been significantly smaller. There wasn't really any point to having the rooms being as large as they were. Because when you get to the really good tests, they're going to have different elements, and they're going to have different elements that combine in different ways. So you look at this sort of test chamber, and you're like, okay, I've got a portal fling in the room to the right. I've got the area right here where I have to place a laser cube to... Excuse me. We have to place a laser cube to fire through the two laser... I don't know... nodes. But then, why not just create a point where you had to point it to the end to activate it? Or if you were going to have a cube, why not have some sort of puzzle as to how you're going to be able to get the cube through all the nodes correctly from, say, the other side of the test chamber? That might have been interesting. That could have worked. And I actually have an idea for this test chamber. Oh, no, wait, never mind, that wouldn't work. I was thinking, couldn't you just use the portals over here to activate in here? But no, there's an emancipation grid right there, and that's a good emancipation grid. I mean, it definitely establishes that this is a separate room. But, I mean, if you look at it, here's what this test chamber boils down to. When you boil it down to its most base elements, you have a room where you have to redirect the laser and use the activated bridge to cross. So you have to activate something so you're able to get across the deadly water. So then it leads you off to a little side room over here where you've got all these tools at your disposal. And by all these tools, I literally mean two tools. You have a wall and you have the button that activates it. So this entire room is a glorified button. That button, to be precise. Which drops a cube, and then from dropping the cube, there's really nothing. It is quite literally a straight shot to get both of those nodes, which is a bit more problematic. Still too short for today's episode. I think we're going to go do one more. Yeah, shouldn't be too bad. We'll go ahead and find another map. BBW and whatever the first test was, I can't even remember its name at this point, weren't really... too impressive, but sure. Oh, Sabotage was its name, but weren't too impressive. But surely the next one should be a bit better, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Alright, now we're looking at impossible tests, so I'm sure that bodes well. It did have the quote from Portal 1 on it. This test is obviously broken, make no attempt to solve it. Actually a fairly large test chamber, though, truth be told. Alright, so flinging myself across there merely sends me over there. I can stop myself with the hard light bridge, so I guess puzzle 1 solved. I do like that it shows how it's activated. It goes around the side, so it won't explicitly just spell out what's going to happen here. We have what? We have an open door, and then we have something that's going to be able to activate that. I'm going to be getting to the door through the, possibly the excursion funnel or some sort of fling. But I will have to activate this button to keep that panel up, so I'll be able to walk into the door. Oh, there's also a portable surface on the roof, so that's how I get there. But first I'll have to figure out how to open the door and how to keep that active. So I'm going to need a cube and... oh, damn it. Alright, as I was saying, I'm going to need a cube and I'm going to need a laser. Well, the laser's there, so that's simple enough. Laser's going to point over there when all's said and done, but chances are I'm going to need some sort of redirection cube. Wait a minute, that's not activating... what in the world? Hold on. Let me go see that again. Whoa! Oh, that's new as well. Huh. That is really cleanly done, damn. I knew something looked funny about that wall, but I didn't suspect the entire thing folded out. Okay, so to get this through here, what does that activate? It doesn't seem to show me. That's unfortunate. But I'm thinking I'm going to have to redirect it through here. Oh, wait a minute. If there were a laser cube on this button, it could actually redirect and activate both of these things at once. But that would have the problem, the fact that I would need to use a laser to keep it active. Yeah, that would be a problem. Oh, but anyway, let's head over to our other area here and see what that has in store for... oh, obviously can't create a portal there. Alright, I'm now trapped in. Until I fly through there with the excursion funnel and all that jazz, and... what is this? A fling of some sort? Okay, here we go. Simple enough. Oh, no, wait, that doesn't work either. I've got to fling myself over there, so I'm assuming... Oh, just a basic fling works. I don't even need the portion in the ground there. So, I have my laser cube, and I'll need to fly across here, which is fairly simple. I'm thinking the name... I always like to think about how people start to name their tests. I mean, BBW is fairly easy. And what was the name of the other one? Oh, no, you don't. No falling into the water for you. BBW was fairly easy, and Sabotage was sort of simple. I guess I could see how he was talking about it with the whole, Okay, so if I point this direction... Alright, I think I see what I'm going to be doing here. Let me just try this. Blue and then... orange? Okay, so that activates the door while that's active, but first, I have to get across, which is going to be easy enough. I'll keep my orange portal there for consistency's sake. That way I won't actually have to move my orange portal, and I won't get... I won't possibly miss the location. So since it's on the button, that'll keep it active, and then if I place my blue portal there, that should activate the laser and allow me to get through. Yes, wonderful. But for this map, I think that the impossible test part was... He was saying that the test chamber, without the little side chamber to it, that is actually not betrayed here. It's actually blocked by this, which is a cool little design in the thumbnail there. The test itself without that laser cube is impossible, but once you get the cube, it's obviously okay, and the cube is only gotten from opening up a room to the side of the test chamber that you wouldn't be able to see normally. So that's actually alright. I can sort of see how he named that, I can see how he came to that idea, and I gotta say, this was definitely the best test of the day. Just out of the three that I looked at, BBW was really, really basic. I mean, we're talking like first couple of test chambers in the game, sort of basic. Meanwhile, the Sabotage one was just... I don't even know. I still don't know what the point of that is. It's like that one in Dodgeball from the other day. The Dodgeball map knocked over like 10 turrets at once with spheres, but there was no point to it. I mean, yeah, I get that you want to knock turrets over, but the entire point of turrets is to act as a deterrent to the player from getting to a certain location from what they're doing. It's not simply to get knocked over. Knocking them over is a way for the player to be able to escape the turret and get to whatever they're going to. But if you're placing turrets simply to be able to knock them down as a point of principle, that doesn't really work. That said, it still wasn't terrible. I mean, it worked to his credit. It didn't fail the turret knockover or anything like that. It just was a bit jarring when I almost walked into the room and the turret was right there anyway. In any case, thanks for watching everybody. This has been PA's Perpetual Testing, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another episode.